Sitting on an islet at the entrance of the Bosphorus, the Maiden's Tower has been part of Istanbul's history for over 2,000 years. First built in the 5th century BCE, it has taken on many roles over time. From a defensive post to a lighthouse, a quarantine station, and a customs point. Rebuilt during both Byzantine and Ottoman periods, the tower became surrounded by legend, especially the story of a princess hidden away to escape a prophecy. We'll share a little bit more about that story later. The tickets are purchased right in front of it, actually, in Üsküdar. This is the little kiosk.
Müze kartını burada mı okutuyoruz, orada mı
Buradan
okutuyoruz?
teyit amaçlı bakıyoruz, içeride okutuyoruz.
Tamamdır.
Şöyle geçin, ulaşımı ben birazdan alacağım.
Tamam.
And now we're just waiting for the boat. It comes every 30 minutes, so you can check the schedule and plan accordingly. We got our tickets with the museum card. And if you do not have one, I think it's about €27 each person. But if you do have it, you just scan it, you go in, but you do still have to pay for the ferry. So we're going to pay for the ferry inside.
We're gonna pay right now in the boat. Cash or card. Nakit ya da kart. And I'm gonna tell you how can you pronounce Maiden Tower. Kız Kulesi. Kız Kulesi.
This says that during the earthquake known as the Little Apocalypse in 1509, the Maiden's Tower, like many other structures in Istanbul, was severely damaged. Between 1830 and 1831, the tower was converted into a quarantine hospital to prevent the cholera epidemic from spreading to the city. During the plague epidemic, in which 20 to 30,000 people died between 1836 and 1837, some of the patients were isolated in the hospital established here, and the spread of the epidemic was quelled by quarantine. The story that I mentioned earlier, the legend that the tower is named after, was about a king who was given a prophecy by an oracle that his daughter would be killed by a snake bite. And in order to prevent this, he kept her in this tower that he had built, and they would send her food during the day. And in one of these fruit baskets that they sent to her, there was a snake, and it bit her and killed her, fulfilling the prophecy. There are many other legends that are told, and there are little posters explaining each one of them at the top of the tower. It's a really good vantage point because you can see most of the iconic sites of Istanbul from here. You have the Galata Tower, you have Sultanahmet. You can also see the Asian side, so you're in between Europe and Asia, which is fun to tell people. Also at the entrance, there's a little cafe, so if you want to just come and spend a couple of hours here, you can do that. But there's also plenty of cafes in the area. We do recommend trying to visit on a weekday because even on a weekday in the wintertime, it's February right now, it's still really busy and it can be a little bit crowded up top. It wasn't too bad for us, but definitely if you're coming in the summer, just try not to visit on a weekend because it'll be crazy. So I'm really glad that we went. We've been talking about doing this for 2 years. Actually 2 years. If you don't want to actually go up to it and take the boat ride and everything, you can also just take a normal ferry boat and you can see it from the outside, which is just a kind of like budget way to experience it without going inside.